Think back to when you were in elementary school. Now imagine that you're not learning at the same rate as all of your peers. You struggle immensely in school, especially in reading and in math. You're extremely frustrated, and neither you nor any of your teachers can figure out what's wrong with you. Imagine seeing all of your friends succeed in school and wonder why you can't. You wonder if something's wrong with you, and you feel really dumb. And now imagine on top of that, you're getting bullied and picked on for not being able to learn. You feel even dumber. If I told you this was a reality for a girl who is now a beloved children's author, would you believe me? This author's name is Patricia Polacco, and she grew up living with her grandparents. She struggled and then succeeded in school and eventually became an award-winning children's book author. Her struggle with learning is only one of the many life stories of Patricia Polacco. She entered this world in 1944 in the town of Lansing, Michigan. After her birth, she went to live on her grandparents' farm in Union City, Michigan with her mother. Her parents divorced when she was 3 years old, and she alternated living arrangements. She spent the school years with her mother and the summers with her father. She loved spending time with her grandparents, and she loved them more than anything. Most of all, she loved listening to the stories they would tell. She even once said that these relationships with my grandparents have most definitely influenced my life and my work. Her grandparents have always been her inspiration. Because she was so close to her grandparents, in many of her books, she writes about a relationship between a younger person and an elderly person. Her grandmother, which she refers to as her babushka, appears in many of her books, even though she died when Patricia was a young girl. The book, When Lightning Comes in a Jar, is written about and illustrated for her babushka. When she was in elementary school, she wasn't learning at the same rate as her peers. She felt stupid and began to be made fun of. When she was 14, her school teacher, Mr. Falker, finally figured out what was wrong with her. She had dyslexia. Once they diagnosed her learning disability, she was able to catch up with her peers and even succeeded in school. She wasn't dumb at all. She even wrote a children's book about her struggle with her disability and the man who changed her life. Thank You, Mr. Falker is the enthralling story of their relationship and her overcoming her obstacle. Patricia even went on to attend a university. She majored in fine arts and got her PhD in art history. Being a children's author was not what she thought or even wanted to do with her life. She loved to draw and she loved to illustrate, so one day she decided to put words to her drawings, and out came a book. At the ripe age of 41, Patricia published her very first children's book, The Keeping Quilt. It was so successful, and she loved the process, so she got to work and wrote many, many more books for children. It is rare that an author also illustrates her own books, but Patricia does, which makes her unique. Many of her books have won her awards, and she is still writing books for children to this day. Some of the awards she has won include the Golden Kite Award for Chicken Sunday. She won this award not because of her writing, necessarily, but because of her wonderful illustrations. She has also won Parents' Choice Honor Awards for many books, one being Some Birthday. Another award she obtained is the West Virginia Children's Book Award for her book, Pink and Say. I personally have read many of her books, and they are wonderful. The illustrations are flawless, and children are drawn to them. I highly recommend her books, and my elementary class will definitely have a Patricia Polacco collection in our library. Even despite some setbacks in Patricia Polacco's life, including her learning disability, she was able to make her dreams come true. She loves what she does and has written many children's books that children enjoy today. Her life is full of enriching stories that has led her where she is today in her life.